My name is Boris Daffos. I'm the head of solution consulting for Spain and Italy at Adobe. So my team is in charge of all product expertise in both countries. And so before we start, I would like to know who is in the room, users or customers of Magento today. One. And do we have Adobe Experience Cloud users or customers? Two. I did not expect that. I expect more Magento users and customers than Adobe, but that's cool. I hope for the other one that we will learn something on this during this session. So I will briefly go back on what we have seen last year. I mean, this is the slide we have seen last year when Adobe purchased Magento. And of course, I'm not going to get back on why Adobe purchased Magento. It was obvious. We didn't have any e-commerce solution. But I think there is something interesting behind this purchase, is the fact that maybe some of you don't know, but Adobe is a retailer. And Adobe is one of the biggest e-commerce in the planet, in fact, because through adobe.com, we sell our product, Photoshop, InDesign, Illustrator, Acrobat, and this website, adobe.com, has maybe, I think is one of the top 100 websites in terms of visits. So I think we made like more than $1 billion in terms of revenue through this website. So what does it mean? I think it's good news for Magento users. It's good news for Magento customers, because I think this Magento, this solution, is in good hands. I think there is no better company than Adobe to reinvent the e-commerce of tomorrow. So if we look at these slides, so there were like 2 sentences: making every experience personal, making every moment shoppable. So if we mix the two, it would be something like making every shoppable moment a personalized experience. Okay, so the purpose of this session is to understand what does it mean, and what are the Adobe solutions beyond that, and why not, if I can, do a little brief demo on what we offer for Magento customers. So the idea is for you to understand the value when you have Magento to use Adobe solutions. So my colleague Julian Cañadas this morning already explained that. So why experiences are so important. So I'm not going to redo it again, but I think I would like just to say that I think at Adobe, we think that companies they don't compete anymore on product. They compete on experience, meaning that what are the interactions that you have before you purchase something, during the purchase experience, and after you purchase. So we think that's the most important thing. And Adobe has been the first vendor on the market to understand this trend and to translate this trend into technical and digital solutions. So we're going to see what's the answer of Adobe on the experience trend. So an experience is based on 2 ingredients. One is the data, because if you don't have data, you cannot understand how performant are your experiences. You cannot optimize them. So you need data. You need to understand who is visiting your mobile application, your website, who is your customer, so that you can segment, you can personalize better. So it's really key. And it's funny because last week at Adobe, we had this special moment because it was the 10th year of Adobe Experience Cloud. Maybe some of you remember, but in 2009, the company of the PDF, Adobe, made something really strange in the market. We purchased a company called Omniture. By then, it was the leader in web analytics, and it was 10 years ago. And Adobe started its digital experience portfolio with a data solution. Okay, so after that, we grew, and we also combine our data portfolio with the content. So the content is the second ingredient of what makes a good experience. Of course, without a great content, there is no experience. And here Adobe has a lot of legitimacy, let me say, because we are the company that maybe more than 95% of our of the companies in the world are using to create content. Think about all the images that are created through Photoshop, InDesign, you know. So Adobe has a lot to say about that. But we also have the product leader in terms of content management solution, which is Adobe Experience Manager. So we see the logo here. And the news is that Adobe Experience Manager is now integrated smoothly with Magento. And that's what I would like to illustrate in the demo that we're going to see. So first of all, I would like to thank you, Zadig and Voltaire, who is a customer of ours, that they allow me to use their brand to do this demo today. So Zadig and Voltaire is a fashion brand based in Paris, and they sell clothes. They are not present in Spain yet, but so that's the problem when you reboot the computer. Okay. So I don't think, unfortunately, I don't think I will be able to do this demo because I had to. Wait a minute. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I won't be able to do demo because I had to reboot the laptop, so I will go back on the presentation. Sorry for that. But you can, if you have time, you can go on our booth, and I will be able to show you that in the Adobe booth up there. What I will just mention is that the Adobe solution are based on, we saw it, data, content, and they are also in charge of, you know, delivering experiences. So we are, I think, if you are a Magento customer, you can really benefit from our capabilities of doing A/B testing of content, personalizing based on artificial intelligence. You know, what Jason mentioned this morning, the product recommendation. I think is what all our Magento customers are asking. How Adobe Sensei, our artificial intelligence motor, can help us to better personalize for each individual customer in real time based on the navigation. So this is something where Adobe can really, I think, help the retailers. On the other side, I think we are the only provider that can cover all the journey of any customer, from acquisition, for the very first moment someone see a banner, because we have something called Adobe Advertising Cloud, which manage all the programmatic and the media buying of display campaign. But we have also solution to orchestrate campaigns, cross-channel campaign on email, SMS, push, etc. So this stack today, there is one solution for each, let's say, a topic. And sometimes our Magento customer, they ask us, okay, so it looks amazing, but where should I start? So here my answer is, let's say, okay, the Adobe portfolio can look like the house of your dream, maybe, and I think it is. But sometimes you don't want, and you cannot start directly like that. So the good thing is, with Adobe Experience Cloud, you can start small. You can start with one solution, because all our solutions are autonomous, independent, so you can start with just one solution. And why not combine this Adobe technology with another vendor technology? Let me say, on the example of the house, you can buy the house from Adobe and purchase the swimming pool from another vendor. There is no problem with that. We are open. Our solutions are open with APIs and connectors, so there is no issue. But I think the most important is maybe what we offer in terms of foundation. I told you just earlier about the last 10 years of Adobe Experience Cloud. So we started in 2009 with Adobe Analytics, the purchase of Omniture. But I think the 10 next year, we are going to work on the platform. So if you know the market of marketing cloud, on this kind of providers, Adobe is not the only one. I mean, the future is going to be competing on the platform. And for that, Adobe see it really strategic, and we're investing a lot on the platform. The platform, what is it? Is the ability for all our customers to have a common foundation where they can benefit from artificial intelligence with Adobe Sensei, where they can have native integration with all Adobe ecosystem, of course, but with other vendors through native connector. So we have an exchange platform. We have also strategic partnership with some vendors that are, the biggest vendor of the market, like Microsoft, Oracle, Salesforce, etc. So what we have seen in this presentation, so we have tried to understand how Adobe can help Magento customer and retailer to better manage the data, the content, in order to achieve personalized experience. And sorry, that's in Spanish, because I already this problem of thinking in English and writing in Spanish while I speak French. And the last thing is that so Adobe Commerce Cloud, so Magento, also belong to Adobe Experience Platform. So you have now the capability to use all our of Adobe Experience Platform. Thank you.